Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Chad. I know I haven't made a video in a minute. I'm just been kind of busy at work. I mentioned in my first opening video I work 40-50 hours a week, and that is true. So just to give you an idea of what to expect, I'm going to be making videos all throughout the week, but I will only be posting like once or twice a week in regards to content, and the content that I post is going to be littered throughout the week. It won't all be on the same day. It's going to be on days X, Y, and Z. Now, I'm not saying much because I don't want to overpromise things that I haven't fully worked out just yet, but that at least is my baseline schedule. That being said, if you like what you see here, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps keep things going. Feedback is always welcome. I'm a very open person. I'm a very easy person to talk to, and I'm not above criticism whatsoever. So again, any input is valued and appreciated. And I am making this during my lunch break right now, so I am using my phone, so just bear with me. I know it's not going to be the best, but still at least wanted to do it. So today, I want to talk to you guys about anxiety and what it means to me, how it's affected me, what it means to live with anxiety and the stigmatisms behind it. So a little backstory. I'm a 31-year-old male, live here in Michigan, been in the same area pretty much my entire life. More or less, I've had a pretty average childhood, average upbringing. When I say average, it isn't a slight on my parents or anything like that. I have two of the best parents anyone could have asked for, but I've always been different. When I was growing up, I used to be a really shy kid, but really just different in the regards that, I would get tremendous bouts of anxiety that would strike out of nowhere, where it would stop me. It wouldn't allow me to, do normal, common things, introduce myself, carry on a conversation with people that I didn't know, so on and so forth. Now, I'm not nearly as bad as I was when I was younger, but I still have my moments when I get weird. When I just don't know what to say, don't know how to present myself, I don't know how to act in the moment. Those normal things that a lot of people take for granted, I get stopped. There's something in my head that just stops me cold. And, it is a terrible, god-awful feeling because people mislabel you, people misjudge you, people misunderstand you, and think you're one thing when really you're just dealing with something that if you don't have or know someone who has it, when I say anxiety, it's incredibly hard to understand. So I get why it's hard for them to get it, to understand stigmatism. I honestly didn't know what the heck was wrong with me for years. I just always knew I was different. I always knew that I wasn't the same, as, your average person, And, it wasn't until, I met my girlfriend 2.5 years ago, and, she's got some of the same problems, not nearly as bad, but she has anxiety as well. And, she helped identify a couple of things for me, because she was able to living with me 7 days a week, obviously, being with me, around me all the time. She was able to pick up on a few things that I took for granted, or other people around me just never really cared too much to, dive deeper, you know what I mean? Because they're either just friendships or whatever. But since I figured out what's wrong with me, and what it is that, stops me from doing certain things and stops me from putting myself out there sometime, is, that generalized anxiety, and I do have generalized anxiety. There's nothing that particularly, triggers it. My therapist told me that it was just after doing the testing and talking to me, meeting me for a few sessions, what it was. And really, gave me some tips and medications to help control it, to help me deal with it better. But there is no cure-all, and you could be medicated, you could be, doped out of your mind on shit. I did that for a little bit, and at the end of the day, I wasn't me. I have anxiety, I have issues, this and that, but, I have also a lot of really good traits, I'm not labeled to just that, I'm not an outcast just because of that. I have friends, I have family that loves me and adores me. I have a girlfriend who likewise loves and adores me and sometimes tolerates me. Sometimes I drive her up a tree, and likewise, love you, babe. But, it's one of those things where, it's something I know a lot of people have, and a lot of people don't know how to deal with it, and a lot of people don't know how to don't know, what's wrong with them. They don't know what it is. They just know they don't feel right. Well, I want to let you know you're not alone. I'm here, I'm happy to talk to you. I'm happy to listen. Shoot me a message, and I will respond to it. Give me time sometimes, but I will hit you back. I'm more than happy to do that. And just let you know that I'm here for you. And so on and so forth, And also, what else did I want to say? In regards to anxiety, just because you have it, I know I might be getting a little redundant, so I do apologize. I got a little sidetracked. Another great thing about having ADD, is that I lose my train of thought sometimes, so I'm sorry. But another thing about the anxiety is that having it, it's not, the end of the world. It's something that you can live with, something you can learn to deal with, something you can learn to control to a very good degree. It takes time, though. It takes practice. It takes commitment. Me doing these videos is part of my control. I'm controlling myself. I'm controlling my anxiety. I'm the one who's in control. I'm making this video. I'm the one who's, years ago, never would have done something like this. I never would have put myself out like this. But here we are. And, so I've made incredible steps, and I appreciate anyone who watches this, anyone who supports my channel. It's much appreciated. That all being said, I'm going to wrap this up because I'm starting to ramble a little bit. But